Works though, doesn't it? Itself. And then next time we go to concrete, yeah, shiny new. That's what the 6R, is it? It's bitterly cold. I think it's like -3. I think it's Sunday. Feels like Sunday, but it's actually not. It's Saturday. And it's the 3rd of January, so this time last year I think I went to Centre Parks. And I thought, what have I done on the 3rd of January in previous years? Anyway, one of the previous years, I must have been bored. So I was looking on the internet, or someone sent me a picture of the Massey, the Great Massey 1200. I think it was 2022. I saw some pictures of it. I think Tom Rees went and picked it up for me. Anyway, what are we now? 4 years later. And here it is. In all its glory. It's still desperately in need of some TLC. And I do keep saying this, but I'm going to flip the camera and show you. I know it's a big lump, but it must be so easy to do up. I mean, starting with, take the red oxide off, and you do have nice Massey red paint underneath, yeah? So it's not as bad as it looks, it's just it's been red oxide. The wheels obviously need shot blasting, but there is still some silver on them. And then the cab's fearing the worst. But everything on it's flat steel, it's completely flat. That's flat, that's flat. It wouldn't take a lot of time to shot blast that. Just shot blast the whole cab, and whatever's left then will be the framework. Cut back, weld flat piece in there, flat piece in there. Massey Dave can sort the top of the cab. I think he's been making them or can get them made. Whether you'd cut them brackets off where it's had a blade on, I don't know. Obviously the exhaust's got a nice hole in it there, so that one's sorted. But it isn't too big a job to get it looking splendid. Let's move these out of the way. These are what we made Tractor Ted's roof out of. The parts are fairly readily available for these old Masseys, because at the end of the day it is made up of two with these 65 Masseys joined together. You know, the linkage is there, the side panels of the bonnet are there, the axles are all okay. It just needs time in a workshop and someone that's got it. I don't have the time, simple as. We thought we would, but judging how long that 1690 has been in the workshop for, I can't see us getting round to that anytime soon. Did think that we'd have one of the colleges interested in doing it up as a project for their students. Guy that was come up with the idea, sadly is now retired, so that didn't work. It's not going to Reesey. We're the Meissen College or any other colleges. If you're a student at Ag College and you're interested in refurbing a tractor, I know it's old, but if you compare it to something that's like modern day, other than having tracks, you know, it's a similar principle. Diesel tank in the back. Actually, I think the diesel tank under the cab on that. You know, articulated steer. Got big wheels, you know. Them wheels all the way around it are fairly similar size to the front wheel as well as modern tractors. It was definitely ahead of its time. Made in Manchester as well, so tractor built quite local to here, even closer than the David Brown that we've got in the workshop at the moment. But yeah, I think the wheels are bigger than them, because they're 34, they're 38 on that. No, they're 30-inch rims. But yeah, if you are a college and you fancy a project, I could supply the parts. You want to supply the labour and the TLC, be a good idea. Why is this tap leaking here and freezing? What's going on here? I think that's bent and it goes off and then it's back on. Yeah, so that's one thing that was happening on the 3rd of January 2022. Another thing that happened 3rd of January 2024 is this arrived. It is the Keegan concrete mixer. So some people would call it a feed mixer. Is it a feed mixer? Yeah, I suppose it is a feed mixer. But we used it for mixing concrete. It was an absolutely massive success, helped by the fact that it's got weigh cells, so we could weigh the cement and the sand in there and even the water. It was on super singles, so nice strong tyres. dead simple. Had the hatch at the back for letting the concrete out of, and the only problem was the guard fell off and someone's backed over it, so that needs straightening and putting back on, because the big chain there is now exposed, so we need to sort that out before we next use it again. But no, this made that concrete floor up at Wellbrook. In fact, let's find the video. Just adding a bit more water now, because as soon as we put the cement in, it's obviously drying it out pretty quick. We're pumping out the sprayer. Probably should have brought the 2-inch hose, to be fair. First load going in. We're not pushing our luck, so we just put 2 cube in for now. So hopefully we open that back door, it'll come out. Get ready to drive forwards. Oh, perfect. Whoa, not yet. He's jumping off the track. He had one job. We think we got 2 cube in it. We're just starting off steady because there's a little bit of a leak there. Go on! Shame it's not going to ladder up the side really to see what's in without walking through the concrete, because I've only got boots on. Works though, doesn't it? Yeah, so that was it, doing a splendid job. Now everyone's saying, yeah, but how do you clean it out? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to climb up and show you. The simple answer is we didn't clean it out. We just put some sand and some stone in there, and we just let it mix around so it absorbed any remnants of the cement that were left. Cleaned itself, and the next time we go to concrete, we'll just turn it on. It's full of water at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. We'll turn it on, all that will mix around because it is only sand and aggregate, no cement at all. It's so diluted, it'll just crunch itself around. Maybe we'll just check it with a chain first before we turn the PTO on to check that it's not frozen if it is this weather. Pull it round, load it back up and start again. But I mean, it probably holds 2 or 3 cube of concrete, and then we just let it all out that back door, which really I probably should have left open, and then it didn't fill up with water. But I bet you, oh, it's frozen solid, isn't it? You can see it dripping. Should perhaps knock that pin out, let the water out so it doesn't fill up too big. But yeah, I think there's a couple of these for sale at the moment, around the 3 or 4 grand mark. Fantastic for mixing concrete, even to the point where if the floor wore out, it would be worth putting a new floor in. But yeah, one of the, I think I paid 15 or 1700 quid for that. And that first floor, it did what it saved me in buying ready mix. Paid for that. So even though we've not used it since, because when we did the yard we did 170 cube, I think it was. It would have been a lot of them. I think it was 20 odd wagon full anyway, 27 wagon full maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, good investment. This is something else we were doing actually. I think 2021 we had this in the workshop and we repainted it and did it up for. Oh, there's that drawbar I've been looking for ages. It is in fact the stone trailer. But yeah, there's just a couple of the projects from January and previous years. The Massey, which we've still never got round to. The Keenan mixer. Morgan picked it up. We didn't use it till the summer. We used it the day of Oscar's prom actually, because we left the concrete, took him to his prom on the quad track, came back and carried on, and then this was done up 5 years ago now in the workshop over winter. Most of December gets taken up by the tractor run, but in January we tried to do stuff in the workshop while we're waiting for the floors to dry. It is relatively dry for this time of year. I mean, look at that, blue skies. Driest day of the year so far, because we obviously had rain the 1st of January and a bit of sleet yesterday. We've had nothing yet today. Look at this bitterly cold wind. I think it's still -3. Andrew obviously cleaned out a bit more in that earth tunnel underneath this floor, and it seems to be drying quite even. So the batch this morning was taken off, was okay, and then this second batch now is just steaming nicely, so this should be dry mid-morning tomorrow. And then we can probably put the batch on for Simon, because he's brought a batch ready to be dried as well. But we've just been juggling it to make sure we got enough fuel, because this time of year we don't have a lot of stuff coming in. So Adam actually dropped us an Arctic load off yesterday while I was up fixing the cameras with Ian. He brought a walking floor full of chip. I don't just remember the weight. John weighed it while I was up in the basket, but we dried a bit yesterday, a bit today, and then there's still a small pile left there now as well that needs drying. Now I'm going to dig out over the forestry mulcher. I had a guy message me. Said, I've seen your forestry mulcher in the videos, do you want to sell it? Well, we only use it every year or two, maybe, the odd little job. Adam's also got one as well, and he keeps it at Rainhill, so it's just daft really to have it just left in the field, rusting away. And like I say, I want to put that shed up, so maybe that'll go towards the concrete floor for the shed as well. So I'm going to get a big Merlot and dig it out, just show you the sprays actually while I'm in here. I'm just waffling today because it's so cold to actually do anything. But yeah, David left his sprayer because he's going to sort these rams out that are bent. I think there's something like £1,200 each off John Deere. Was cramped doing equivalent one for about, well, I think it's less than 100 quid, but they're just a little bit long, so they've got to be trimmed down and made to fit. So yeah, the two, his sprayer and our sprayer, are back on the drying floor. His sprayer lives in his other shed that our barley's in, so it makes sense putting it in here where it's warmer, and then it makes it a little bit easier for loading the barley out as well at the moment. But it's on a ball and spoon hitch, so he's left it on the back of the tractor to make it easier to move. But this, I think, is shiny new. It's what, the 6R, is it? 155. Very, very shiny. Right, I'll go and dig this mulcher out the field. There we go, I've dug it out. Just going to take some pictures and send it to the guy now, but I think he needs it. Put new teeth on it last time we used it, so it is actually got mint teeth on the carbide, so they were very expensive. We put this on ourselves to stop stones flicking up, smashing the back windows of the tractor. I actually went to Italy and picked this up straight from the factory. 1140 miles to buy Verona. We had that one and another one at the same time, and we were doing a lot of work for the council with them, so went and collected it. But yeah, done a good job in the past for us. But like I say, Adam's got one at Rainhill, and his is actually a bit newer as well, so I can see a good few cube of concrete sat in that, especially if it's Keenan concrete, which is cheaper to make. Happy birthday Jamie Bates, 41, and Matthew Teal, happy birthday, 107,779. It's just amazing how much that's clicking up. Anyway, got that out of the field successfully. Just need to brush the yarn a bit when all the mud's dried that dropped off the wheels. But yeah, thanks for watching today, 3rd of January and 2026, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.